Today, we're diving beneath the ocean's surface to explore one of the most colorful and bustling worlds on Earth, the coral reef. It's like an underwater city, full of builders, cleaners, protectors, and even sneaky little tricksters. Every creature here has a role, and together, they create one of nature's most magical ecosystems. Let's put on our snorkels and see who's living in this watery wonderland. Coral, the builders of the reef. The coral reef begins with the coral itself. And even though it looks like a plant or a rock, coral is made of thousands of tiny animals called polyps. Each coral polyp has a soft body with a ring of tentacles around its mouth. By day, they hide in their hard limestone shells. By night, they stretch out those tentacles to catch drifting plankton for dinner. Over time, billions of coral polyps build together, like tiny architects, forming reefs that grow into massive structures, sometimes taller than buildings. But coral is picky. It needs warm, shallow, clear water and sunlight. Because living inside each polyp are microscopic algae called zooxanthellae. These algae give coral its color and provide food through photosynthesis. It's a perfect partnership. The coral gives the algae a safe home, and the algae feed the coral. Without each other, they can't survive. When the water gets too warm or polluted, coral pushes out its algae, losing its color. A sad event called coral bleaching. Next, we meet one of the reef's most famous duos, the clownfish and its wobbly, waving home, the sea anemone. Anemones are animals too. Their long, stinging tentacles trap small fish that swim too close. But the clownfish? It's the exception. Covered in a special slime that protects it from the sting, the clownfish swims safely among the anemone's tentacles. The anemone shelters the clownfish from predators. And in return, the clownfish keeps the anemone clean and scares off smaller fish that might nibble on it. That's called symbiosis, a teamwork strategy where both animals benefit. Together, they thrive. Alone, neither does as well. Without the clownfish, the anemone might get dirty or attacked. Without the anemone, the clownfish loses its home. Fun fact. Did you know that clownfish can't swim fast? But they don't need to. Their anemone fortress keeps them safe. Giant clam, the colorful giant of the reef. Lying quietly on the reef floor, we find the giant clam, one of the most peaceful giants in the ocean. They are carnivores, which means they eat other animals. In the class Bivalvia, a group of mollusks with two hinged shells. Clams can grow to over 1 meter wide and live for more than a century. But the secret to their strength isn't in their muscles. It's in their partnership. Inside their bright, colorful tissues live millions of tiny algae, just like the ones in coral. These algae use sunlight to make food and share it with the clam. In return, the clam gives them a cozy, sunlit home. A giant clam doesn't chase food. It doesn't move. It just opens wide so sunlight can reach the algae inside, turning sunlight into energy. Some giant clams have shells so heavy it would take 2 people to lift them, even when they're empty. Next, we have seaweed and algae, the reef's green machines. All around us, waving like ribbons in the water, are seaweed and algae, the green power plants of the reef. Though they don't have eyes or mouths, they are vital to life underwater. They absorb sunlight and carbon dioxide and turn it into food through photosynthesis, releasing oxygen into the water. Oxygen that fish and coral need to breathe. Some algae float freely, while others grow right on the coral, forming colorful mats that sparkle in the light. They fuel the entire reef. When there's too much pollution or runoff, algae can grow out of control, blocking sunlight and smothering coral. Fun fact: did you know that over half the oxygen we breathe on land comes from ocean plants and algae? On the sandy bottom, a small creature shuffles along, carrying its home on its back. The hermit crab. Hermit crabs are omnivores, which means they eat both plants and animals, in the class Crustacea. They are different to most other crab species because their soft bodies are not protected by a hard shell. Instead, they borrow empty ones left behind by other mollusks. They are flexible and can adapt to any size by finding new homes as they grow. Finding a shell can be tough, as hermit crabs often battle or trade for the perfect fit. When a crab outgrows its home, it goes house hunting, sometimes forming a little line of crabs, each waiting for the one ahead to move out. Fun fact: some hermit crabs decorate their shells with sea anemones for extra protection and a touch of style. Next we have parrotfish, the reef's colorful gardener. Parrotfish are omnivores, which means they eat both plants and small animals, from the class Actinopterygii, the ray-finned fishes. Bright and bold, the parrotfish is the artist and gardener of the coral reef. With its beak-shaped mouth, it scrapes algae off coral and rock, keeping the reef clean and preventing overgrowth. That colorful mouth isn't just for show. It's tough enough to grind coral into tiny grains of sand. Their strength is in their hard parrot beak and their constant cleaning work that helps coral breathe and grow. Fun fact: did you know that a single parrotfish can produce hundreds of pounds of sand each year? Much of the white sand on tropical beaches actually comes from parrotfish poop. Coral Reef, the living city. From coral builders to colorful cleaners, the reef is a living city, every creature working together in balance. The coral provides shelter. The algae and seaweed provide food. Fish like the clownfish and parrotfish keep everything tidy. Even tiny crabs and clams play a role in protecting the reef's delicate balance. But coral reefs are fragile. When pollution, overfishing, or warming waters disturb this balance, the whole system suffers. Still, the reef's greatest strength is teamwork. Every living thing here, big or small, depends on the others. Fun fact: even though coral reefs cover less than 1% of the ocean floor, they support over 25% of all marine life on Earth. That's millions of creatures, all living together in one incredible ecosystem. The coral reef is a world of color, cooperation, and connection. Proof that the smallest creatures can build the biggest wonders. If you've subscribed to Bubbly Brainiacs, thank you. And if you haven't, dive in and join our growing family of explorers. Until next time, bye.